I want to bring in ABC News contributor and columnist at USA Today, Christine Brennan, as well as former resident legal advisor to the U.S. Embassy in Moscow and partner at the Strzok law firm, Tom Firestone. Thank you both for being here. Christine, you know, a lot of Griner's friends and family, they're calling this 9-year sentence harsh, and even the president is calling it unacceptable. Can her team appeal this? I mean, we know she is eligible for an appeal, so what does that process look like in a Russian court system?
Diane, Tom, great to be with you both. You know, we're hearing that, yes, that there would be an appeal. And I'm guessing Tom knows more about the ins and outs of that than I do. But certainly the idea here is to have her fight every step of the way, with the end game, of course, of getting her home. And one of the major parts of that has been having a trial. And I say trial with air quotes, because it's certainly nothing like what we're used to in the United States. And that's the shame and the horror of this for this two-time Olympic gold medalist and all-star in the WNBA, and Brittney Griner. And so now that part is over, and let's hope the negotiating begins in earnest. Lavrov has said that today, the private diplomacy is where they need to go next. So let's hope that this is the beginning of that process as much as it is, of course, the ending of this sham of a trial.
Tom, what did you make of this sentence, given what she was, you know, what Brittney Griner was convicted of here, and the way these proceedings went down?
Well, it's an extremely harsh sentence, as Christine was saying. I mean, 9 years for less than 1 gram of cannabis oil. I mean, by any standard, that is a strong, a very harsh sentence. In most cases in Russia of this nature, you get some sort of probationary sentence. Even the recent cases we've seen involving American citizens, Name Sakar and Mark Fogel, the sentences were substantial: 14 years for Fogel, 7.5 for Sakar, but they had larger amounts. So even by those standards, it seems to be a very harsh sentence.
Now, explain exactly what is a penal colony, how does that work, and what do we know about the kind of conditions that Brittney Griner could face?
Well, the conditions are not going to be good. One thing about the penal colony, I should point out, though, you had asked Christine about the appeal. While the appeal is pending, she should not be sent to the penal colony. She should stay in the detention facility outside of Moscow, where she is now. The penal colony, as Christine said, the conditions, it varies from colony to colony. The conditions are not good. We have a State Department Human Rights report talking about overcrowding, unsanitary conditions, sometimes occasional abuse, disease spreading in them. So that's not a good place to be by any measure.
Christine, we know that Brittney Griner's team held, you know, a moment of silence for her at their game. But what's the larger reaction from the sports world, and how does this affect the many other players who play, you know, from the U.S. who leave here and go play overseas?
Diane, it's certainly going to have a chilling effect on these WNBA players going certainly to Russia. There are many other options. And of course, they go to supplement their income because it is, you know, so far less than what a male player makes in the WNBA. Millions and millions for the NBA. And then for the WNBA players, basically not even $250,000, which isn't bad, but certainly compared to pro athletes, it's not much. And that's why they travel overseas. I cannot imagine any other WNBA player, or any athlete for that matter, wanting to go to Russia anytime soon, especially with Putin unleashing his horrors in Ukraine. But we've seen the support. I think the WNBA players once again deserve an incredible pat on the back and thumbs up that they were able to force this right to the top of the news and to the top of every headline on every website and newspaper. There was conversation, I'm sure, Diane, as you remember, for those few months, why aren't we talking more about Brittney Griner? I remember answering that question over and over again. Would a male athlete get this same kind of attention? Well, that conversation's off the table. And that's in large part to Brittney Griner's family and to the WNBA. They said they were, of course, not surprised by the verdict, with a joint statement with the NBA, which was great to see the two leagues working together. But they say now they've got to continue to work to right this injustice and to get Brittney Griner home.
All right, Christine Brennan, Top Firestone, thank you both.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.